Hey folks, my guest today is Yuri Ferber. He's a successful entrepreneur with a 20-year track record, was previously CEO and founder of YMF, a leading financial software company with 300 employees that was later sold to TOTVS. He's well-respected authority in the Brazilian technology sector and is often called upon to advise firms and individuals on IT best practices and solutions. Before founding YMF, Yuri spent 8 years in investment bank Garantia as a trader and portfolio manager, now building Britech Global, a B2B SaaS platform for investment managers. Yuri, are you ready to take us to the top?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. So what kind of investment managers are paying you?
So we are a provider, a software provider for the investment management players, right? We are not a investment manager as ourselves, but we provide technology for almost all the chains of the investment management ecosystem.
That makes sense. And give me a sense of what these investment managers are paying you each month to use your software.
Our ACV is, let me give you in dollars, it's currently is like $28,000 a year.
Okay. And how many customers are you working with?
Over 350.
350 customers. Okay. Now, and can I take 350 times 28,000? You're doing about 9.8 million in ARR.
That's it.
And where were you about a year ago, just so we can calculate growth?
70%.
70% of that. So you're doing about 7 million in ARR. Where did most of the growth come from? How are you getting customers?
Yes, we have like on average 20% upsells in the base, and the rest comes from new clients.
Okay, got it. And what are you upselling? Is it number of seats, a feature set, a utility-based upsell? What is it?
So in our platform, SaaS platform, we have over 30 features or 30 use cases. So what we do is constantly sell new use cases. We are not driven by number of users or seats. We are driven by number of use cases and number of portfolios, investment portfolios, our clients control with our technology.
Mm-hmm. And that makes sense. Now, do you ever consider, since you are so close to their AUM or their sort of assets under management, would you ever take a % of the AUM or no?
We do it, but only for new entrants, just to make easier for them to use us. So it's like a 5 bips, and because they are new entrants, the AUM is not big. So it allow them to start using our technology, and of course, after time, we grow organically with them.
So Yuri, you'll let new investment managers avoid paying you a $30,000 a year fee and instead pay 0.05% of their AUM.
Yeah, that's 5 bips. Yeah, so 0.05% of per year of their AUM.
Yep. And how much AUM do these new entrants have on your platform right now?
It's like a 10, 20 million. So in dollars, it's like a $2, $3, $5 million in AUM, the new entrants only.
Got it.
Of course. So I told you we have like $28,000 as our ACV on average, but of course we have guys paying us like what? I have the numbers in Brazilian reais. So like 5,000 per year up to what? Let me see. Like to 300,000 per year.
So your highest ACV account is $300,000 a year.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And the growth has been great. You're at about a $10 million run rate today, up from $7 million about a year ago. And I believe you told me last time in 2018, you finished at about a $5.5 million run rate, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And just so people have context, when did you launch?
We started the business in 2014. And the next year, we started the business with our first acquisition, and the second acquisition came 1 year later. So the company was bootstrapped with the 2 acquisitions at that time. And on top of those acquisitions, we grew the company so far. It's like a 20-fold revenue growth in 6 years.
How big was the initial acquisition? How much did you have to pay for it?
Very small, like in dollars, it was like $600,000 both.
Okay. Where did you get the $600,000 in 2014 to do that acquisition?
The first acquisition, my money. The second, it was a venture capital fund that invested in us back in early 2015.
And what was the size of that round? Do you remember?
3 million reais, $3 million.
$3 million. What valuation did you negotiate?
It's like a 6 times ARR.
Which was what back then? You know?
I don't know these numbers on my mind. So you can make the calculations, but it was like so just to make it easier, they got like a 34% of our equity with that.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so you raised at a 6 million pre-money and 9 million post, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and have you raised any capital since then or no?
No organic growth since then in 6 years. But the news is that we are raising a second capitalization round right now.
How much are you looking to raise?
$50 million.
50 million?
Yeah.
What valuation are you targeting?
We are targeting eight times ARR.
So 80 million pre-money or post?
8 times, so it's like 8 million pre-money.
80 million pre-money, which would be 130 post.
Yeah.
So you'd be selling again about a little more than 30% of the business.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you think about dilution? Is any of that going to be secondary?
No secondary. So it's just it's just for acquisition. So again, we started the company with 2 acquisitions, 6 years running organically, and now we restarted the acquisition plan. So we are running. By the way, we are running our 3rd acquisition at this moment. We expect to have the closing early October, and we have like 3 or 4 more to be done with that money. The new.
And tell me about the team today. How many people on the team?
Before the 3rd acquisition, we'll talk about 120 people.
How many engineers?
Like 35 engineers.
Are they all down there near your Brazil office, or are they outsourced?
Brazil.
I see. And any sales reps that carry a quota?
Yeah. So the biggest part of our investment is in growth. So we have like 40% of the revenues being invested in growth.
How many sales reps do you have on the team that carry a quota?
It's like around 35 sales guys, sales force, including inbound, outbound, marketing, everyone.
How many total? Sorry.
35.
35. Okay, but of that sales team, how many actually carry a quota that they have to hit?
20 guys.
20. Okay. What is their quota? A lot of people struggle with launching their sales plans like this. How do you structure it?
So they have a combination of a fixed salary plus a very aggressive sales commission. So that's how we are growing like 70% year with that aggressive commission, sales commission.
What's aggressive?
It's like they can. It can be like 3 times their fixed salary.
Which is what?
Which is like $2,000 month.
So you pay them $24,000 per year fixed, and then they have to go sell about $72,000 a new ARR per year to hit quota.
That's it. So payback is less than 8 months.
If they hit their quota, do you pay them more? What's the commission?
It's just a little bit more. It's like a 20% more. It's a premium, a 20% premium over the sales commission.
Got it. So if they hit their target quota of $72,000 of new ARR in a year, in addition to their $24,000 base, you'll pay them an additional 20% or approximately $4,000. So their full on-target earnings is about $30,000.
That's it.
Okay. Is that model working? Can you hire another 20 sales reps on that same quota and keep growing?
Oh, it's working. It's working. Yeah. By the way, we have sales guys everywhere, not only in Brazil. Okay.
Oh, where are they based?
Everywhere. We have sales guys in Brazil. We have in the rest of Latam. We have in the US, and we have in other countries in Europe.
How did you convince a US salesperson to work on just a $24,000 fixed annual salary?
The average. It's the average. In the US, it's different.
I see. Okay, that makes sense.
This is like the Latam cost of sales guys.
Yep. With your $9 million right now in terms of ARR, almost 10 million, are you profitable?
Yes, we are profitable since 2018.
How profitable?
Like 15% EBITDA.
15% EBITDA. So you'll take 1.5 million to the bottom line this year, something like that.
This year we are going to have like that's it in dollars. That's it.
And so Yuri, why go sell 30% of your business to raise 50 million bucks if you're profitable? Do you just really want to go do some acquisitions?
Yes, acquisitions. Acquisition is part of our growth strategy from now on. So what is the strategy? Keep growing organically 70% per year and add like 35% for inorganic growth. So the idea is to double the business every year from now on.
And what kinds of companies would you go buy? Would these be like consultants that work with investment firms?
No, we are buying product companies in the same space we are working, but they complement our product portfolio. We don't want to buy more of the same. We are adding other companies that complement and create synergies between the customer bases, cross-sell, product cross-sell. That's our investment acquisition strategy.
Okay. And when you look at your net dollar retention annually, what is that at?
Now it's like 128%.
Okay, 128. And how much of that is churn that you have to make up?
It's the churn is already in that number,
Break it down though for me. What is gross churn annually?
Like gross churn is like 4% per year, but
expansion's 32.
We retain 128. So it's like 132 minus 4 take us to 128.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Is there room to drive your net dollar retention higher than 128, or do you think you're capped out?
Our goal for this metric is to sustain in 130. We didn't reach 130 yet, but we believe maybe by the end of the year we can reach 130.
Yep, I got it. And before we wrap up here, talk to me about your current cap table. How much equity do you still own?
I own like 66%.
66%. And then your seed investors from 2015, they own what, 30%?
34.
Okay, so it's just you two on the cap table.
Yeah, 34 is our holding company. I have the majority stake of the holding company, and I have other 6 or 7 executives that run the business with me. They have a minority equity at the holding company. So it's like 80% of the 66 is mine. The rest is distributed in the executives with the executives.
Got it. So about 12% of Britech Global is your executives. Then about 54% is you, and then 34% is your seed.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. And is everybody on board with taking dilution with this new $50 million raise? And if so, how did you convince that executive team to take that dilution?
Because they understand the plan. They understand that it makes a lot of sense for us to be diluted. And again, part of the money is debt, not equity. So the dilution is lower than the
how much debt will be of the 50 million?
It's like 20% debt, 80% equity.
Got it. So you're gonna have 10 million be debt. 40 million will be equity.
Yeah.
Do you have a debt partner lined up already, or no? You're still looking.
No. Oh yes, we already have a binding offer to a term sheet with a local venture debt provider here in Brazil.
Are there warrants included?
No.
What's the interest rate?
Oh, you are curious. It's like it's a good business. You are going to find out. It's like 18% a year.
Holy cow! Why don't you go try to find cheaper capital? I think you can definitely find cheaper than 18%.
Not in Brazil.
Okay, I'll follow up with you after this. We'll chat. Have you already signed that term sheet? Is it binding?
I'm about to sign it.
Okay, wait. We'll chat right when I finish recording. Yuri, on that note, let's wrap up with a famous five. Number one, what's your favorite business book?
I have a lot of favorite, but the last book I read and I love it is the Founder's Mentality.
Number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Not nowadays.
Number three, what's your favorite online tool for building the business?
Nowadays, I love, because I don't have a secretary or assistant, so I love the Calendly.
Calendly. Number four, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
7-8 hours per night.
And what's your situation? Married, single, kids?
Married, 3 kids. Not they are not kids anymore, but married, 3 kids.
And Yuri, how old are you?
I'm 57.
57. Last question. Something you wish you knew when you were 20.
The same question you asked me, I have the same answer. I would love to learn more about SaaS 20 years ago.
Guys, there you have it. Britech.global. They sell SaaS to investment managers. They have just almost 5 billion in AUM just on early and new funds. They have a lot more than that on their other funds. They work with 350 fund managers right now. They're about to break $10 million in terms of ARR run rate, up from 7 million just a year ago and up from 5.5 million back in 2018. They are profitable. They've managed to drive 10 million in ARR, raising just 3 million on a 6 million pre back in 2015. Now looking at raising 40 million in equity and 10 million in debt at around an $80 million pre-money valuation. We'll see what happens. Yuri, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Nathan.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.